Hello everyone, today I will show you how to create an authentication system using NextAuth. First of all, I will show you the final project that is a simple fake store. I use a Tailwind to create this layout, but the special thing is this button here. When you press, you will log in with GitHub, and you can see my profile picture, my name and my email, and if I click again I will sign out. And yeah, this is the final project. To start, you need to clone this repository. There are two branches, it's the main and starter. We will use starter branch to create this video from scratch, but if you need the source code from the final project, you can use the main branch. Okay, I already cloned that. I only need to change the branch with a git checkout starter and run a yarn to install the dependencies. Okay, everything installed. Now I will run a yarn dev only to see the project running. Okay, I will refresh, and now is the starter code without any functionality. Okay, now we need to follow the getting started from NextAuth, that is to create a folder here inside the pages. We need to create a new folder, and now this folder needed to be called auth, and inside that I need to put a folder with a specific name. I need to use square brackets, and inside put 3 dots nextauth.ts. You can see how I need to write that. Is in the specific name, and if you put any different name in this folder, it don't work. You need to put that right. Okay, inside that, in this project I already installed the NextAuth dependency. Then I only need to do an import NextAuth from NextAuth on that, and with that I can create a export const auth options equals to an object, and inside that I need to put some options. And now I create a different export, but now is a default export using the NextAuth, and inside that I need to pass the auth options. Oh yeah. Okay, and here I need to put a property called providers, and inside that, is an array, and inside that I need to specify what is the providers of my application. For example, Facebook, GitHub, Discord. There are a lot of providers in NextAuth. You can see that with more details here. NextAuth providers. There are a lot of providers. This is the list, but I will use GitHub in this example, in this video. Then I need to import here the GitHub provider from NextAuth /provider/GitHub. Okay, then I need to use here this GitHub provider, and inside that I pass an object, and here some special properties, some required properties. There are two required properties. First one is client ID. I will specify an empty string, and the client secret is another empty string. Here in this client ID and client secret, I need to provide the GitHub configuration from my OAuth. This information I can create in the GitHub website. I will open GitHub, and to register my OAuth client, I need to go here on my profile picture, go to the settings, now developer settings, And here you can see OAuth apps. And here I need to register a new OAuth client, new OAuth app. Okay, let's go. We need to click here, new OAuth. You need to provide an application name. This name will show up when the user click to sign in the first time. I will put here GB store, and in this case GitHub will show you allow GB store to use your data, for example your email, and this is why you need to put a good name here. And homepage URL, we need to put our URL, in this case is localhost 3000. I can remove this slash, and here in authorization callback URL I need to put again the localhost 3000, but now with API/callback/GitHub. This is how we create. Okay, I pressed enter. Okay, and here is our client ID. I can copy that and put here client ID. And now I need a client secret. To get the new one, I need to generate a new client secret. Then I can copy my client secret and paste here. Okay, and the special note in this case is that this client secret and client ID will work only in local environment, because we put it here localhost 3000. If we deploy, for example, in a Vercel, we need to create a new OAuth app with the Vercel URL here, and use the new client ID and the new client secret. This is a special note because we need to know that. Okay, then I can close that and let's go. Okay, other special note is that this data is a secret data. We don't want anyone to use our keys. Then we can use the env strategy with creating a new file in the root of this project called .env.local. This is how a Next.js handle environment variables. And now I will create two variables. The first one called GitHub ID and GitHub secret. Okay, then I can cut here the client ID and put here, and the secret here. Okay, then I can use it here. For example, process.env.github.id and process.env.github.secret. But there is a TypeScript error because a name can be a string or undefined. To handle this, we can do an if, verifying if GitHub ID or GitHub secret don't exist, and if it don't exist, we throw an error. Yeah, the GitHub provides a good message here. Please define the GitHub ID and GitHub secret environment variables inside .env.local. Okay, it's a good message. And now everything's done. This is the configuration. Sorry, there is a special another prop that we need to pass here, called it's outside providers. It's called secret. This secret will be used to generate our JWT token, and this is only a random string. We can put in process env2 process.env.secret, and if you don't pass that, NextAuth will put some warnings in the console. Then it's better use a secret. And to create a secret, you only need to put here secret equals to a random string. But if you want to be more professional, you can use a MD5 hash generator, and here we put some render like this video, and click in generate, and here is a MD5 hash I can use here. Okay, it's a better hash, a better secret, and here we go. Now it's totally ready. This file is done. Okay, let's close that, and first of all, let's go restart the application, because when we change any value inside .env.local, this value will update only after a refresh, like a restart of the entire application. Then I need to run a yarn dev again, and okay, let's go. I will refresh that, and let's start configuring the NextAuth inside our React environment. Here I have a components folder and a header. Then inside this header is where we will change the code. Okay, we will configure something here. This is where we put the name and the email. Okay, let's go. This button here is the sign in button. I can comment, and okay, it disappeared. Okay, let's go start it. To start, we need some little things. For example, in this button here, that is the button to sign in. Okay, let's put on click, and inside that I need to use an arrow function, because this function that I will use needs a parameter, and this function is simple, called sign in. I need to import that, but my VS Code is not auto importing. But I can press Ctrl dot. Oh, it's not working too. Okay, let's import manually. Okay, import. Here I need to use brackets, curly brackets, and here I will use sign in and sign out. Oh, sorry, sign out from NextAuth /React. Okay. Then I can use this function here, but inside the function I pass a string. In this string I specify which is my provider. You can see every provider that NextAuth support, but in this case it's GitHub. Okay. Okay, let's try it. To try, we only need to click here and bam. Oh, it's don't work. Oh my gosh, I forgot a detail. Here in the app folder, in the app file, we need to wrap this component here with the session provider from NextAuth React, and inside this provider I need to pass the session that is page props dot session. Okay, let's go. Yeah, now it works. Okay, let's try. I will go back to the home and click in the button, and boom, don't work. Oh guys, this problem is because I created this file auth inside the pages folder, but I need to create other file called other folder called API, and inside that I put the auth folder. This is an API route for Next.js, not a normal route. Let's go. There's a NextAuth URL. Oh, good point. That I need to create one more variable here. call it Next Auth. Next Auth URL is equal to my URL. Then is localhost 3000. Yeah. Let's restart again. Yarn dev. Oh, okay. One more detail that I'm wrong is that here in authorization callback URL is not only API/callback, is API/auth/callback. Okay. Then I can update here my application, my GB store application, and now I will return to my store and click to login, and here we go. Authorize the GB store, use personal user data. Okay, and I authorize, and okay, I will be redirected to the home page because it's my home page URL. And okay, now we need to handle if the user is logged in or not, because now I'm logged in but I can't see in my application. It's the same button to log in. Okay, let's do this inside my header component. Here before my HTML code, I need to use a hook called use session. It's imported from NextAuth too. And here I can construct some data. It's called data, but I will rename to session because it's more understandable. And now I need to go here. This code here commented is the code that I prepared to use when the user is logged in. Then I will create a verification here. If there is a session, if this variable is not null because it's session or null. If exists some data inside a session, I will render something, and this something is this code here. I will uncomment, and I need to cut that. I will render that, and if there isn't a session, I will render the login button. Okay, now I can see that show up an email, a name and an email, and this image is my profile picture. I hard coded, but it's not using my real profile picture yet. Okay, let's configure that now. It's simple. Inside the name I use session, and I need to use the question mark because all the props can be undefined. Then I use user and again the question mark, and here I will put name, and here I will use session user email. Okay, now I can see my email, and the profile picture I will create a verification because it's possible to someone don't have a picture. Then I use a session user image, and to end here to verify if this is true, we'll render that. Okay, and inside I need to use the image. Here I will use session.user.image. Okay, yeah, it's done because now I want to click here and log in and log out. To do that, it's simple. Only add an onClick here with an arrow function that executes sign out because it's already imported here from NextAuth React. And if I save and click, I will sign out. And if I click again, I already accepted my login with this app, then I don't need to accept again the GitHub screen. Okay, this is the simple tutorial, but I will give you guys a special thing that is a new page, a simple page that I will require is that the user needs to be authenticated to access this page, and this is a simple thing too. To test that, I will create here inside the page a new file called protected.tsx, and here I need to export, create const protected is a next page equals to a function, and we'll return an HTML h1 here, protected. This is a simple example. Let's go. Okay, I need to import this from Next and export default protected. Okay, this is a simple structure for a page. I will access dash protected, and okay, here's my protection page. And to validate that, there are two options to use NextAuth to validate if an user is authenticated or not. The first option is using the use session hook that we already used before here to get the data of this user. I can use that to redirect the user if session is empty, but I can use also an option to verify if user is logged in the server side using get server side props from Next, and we will see both options, starting for the easy one that is with the use session. I can import, and here inside I can deconstruct again and get the status and the data. And it's simple. I need to create a use effect, and inside that I only need to create an if status is equal to unauthenticated. If is unauthenticated, I will redirect the user to home using router. Const router is equal to use router. It's the Next.js native function to redirect users. Router.push with a simple slash, and here I will put in the dependencies array the router and the status. Okay, and here only to solve our data I will put a tag pre with a JSON.stringify, passing the data null and true. This is a simple way to show data, and here is my data. I'm logged in and I can access this page, but if I go back and sign out and now open the protect page, I will be redirected to the home, and this is it. Our system is working well. If the status is unauthenticated, return to home, and this is the way to protect pages without server side. But now if you want to protect a lot this route, because if you protect only client side with a use effect, the user can see the data for a little time. If you see, I open protect page and I see the protect text, but I only return after. But if you need that the user don't see nothing, it's required to use the server side function. And to do that in React Next, we need to export const get server side props. I will type that with get server side props, and now I will return async function. Okay, and here I need to return an object with props and another object. Okay, now I need to get my session. To get my session inside the server-side props, I need to use a method, a function from NextAuth called unstable underline get server server session. This function is an unstable function, but probably in the future they will remove that to the unstable phase. But I wrote wrong, I think. Unstable. Okay, let's go import that. Is from NextAuth. I need to import from NextAuth. Okay. Now I can create that in a const session equals to await, because this returns a promise, and inside I need to put three parameters. The first one, I need to use the context that React Next provides here, the context in get server-side props. I need to put the context.rec, context.res, and the last option is my auth options object from my NextAuth configuration. Here in pages API auth NextAuth, we created this object and exported. I need that. Let's go import that because my VS Code is loading. ./API/auth/NextAuth. Okay, now it works, and here I can see my session, and now I only need to create a validation. If I don't have a session, I return an object with a redirect, and inside that I put destination as / that is my home, and permanent false. And okay, and here if the user is authenticated, I will return the session to use it. And here I need to type my page to receive here this data, the session here. I need to create an interface, protected props. I will type that session as session. This is from NextAuth. And here I pass that as a generic, and okay, this is my session. Now I can use that. I will copy this JSON string file. I will put my session, and here I will put a h1 with SSR session. Okay, let's try again. If I do a /protected, I don't see the content. I don't access this page. But if I log in and access the protected, I can see my data and the SSR session. And this is the two methods to protect your page with NextAuth. I hope I helped you with this video. If you like it, give me a like and comment suggestions for the next videos. And this is it. Thanks and have a nice day. Bye.